Oh, stream is live. So we just gotta give everyone a minute to get in here, and then we'll start doing introductions. So because it is a best of one, so it shouldn't take anything more than like 45 minutes. Maybe an hour, somewhere in that range. All right, so there we go. There's the first member of EXO. So welcome everyone to the night stream. It is a match between DBX and EXO. This is part of the redemption bracket. So both teams here do have a chance of, redemption, obviously. It will be DBX versus EXO. I think I said that already, but that's fine. I am their host tonight, F6 Loopy, and my co-host is Spades from RB, yeah. This is going to be a great match tonight. Border is not a map either one played on last week. DBX played on, oh god, what was it? I know EXO played on Clubhouse. DBX played on Consulate. I actually casted that match. I just have a really bad memory. I also know that Fat Cat did not play in last week's match. And so far, I recognize all of these names from EXO for playing last week. Both are good teams, and I'm excited to see a match. I'm excited to see the match. It should be good as always. We do have DBX starting on attack and EXO starting on defense. So for the map like Border, what do you expect to see for some, bans and why? Right, but I could see a Blackbeard ban, but to me, Consulate's more of just like a Blackbeard map. Like, yeah, there are some window plays and whatnot, like you're talking about, but overall, I think Border's a much more just horizontal map, not so much of like, like let's get in the building and take sight from there versus like hold windows to cut sights, which is very much how Consulate works. Yeah, so a hard breacher is, usually if it's a hard breach ban, usually on a map like Border, it's Thermite. We could always get a little bit of a surprise ban and have a Habana or a Maverick, but definitely this map in general is more based around Thermite, usually. I could see another thing being a Nomad ban. A lot of rotates on this map. East stair. We have the east stairs rotate getting into CC. As a defender, you might see that more from EXO starting on defense, seeing a Nomad ban allow their roam game to have a little bit more presence. It's always a smart ban. With the now inclusion of Gridlock and Mozzie, do you think either one of them will catch a ban? That's all right. Well, that's always if you struggle with something, if you got shown in a previous match, like, oh, we struggled with this, a lot of teams will either try to adjust strategies or, like you said, they'll just be like, well, until we can figure out what we're doing, let's just ban them. Defense bans, I mean, a classic one is always Echo. I mean, there's memes at this point of how often he gets banned. Yeah. Mirror bans are always strong on Border. How about a Clash ban? No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. Clash is banned, everyone. Hit it in ranked because she's broken. Yeah, IQ is also perma banned in ranked right now, which is super fun. I actually like IQ, so it saddens me. Well, no, in custom games, IQ and Clash will be available. I'm like 90% sure of that. Yeah, it's in customs they're allowed because it's customs, but in ranked they're disabled. Um, oh yeah, another classic defender ban I feel like would be like a Vigil or maybe a Cav if either team has a really strong roam presence and they did their research, then I know from previous matches with DBX they definitely have some very strong roamers on their team, especially in Monkey himself. Yeah, especially in Monkey himself, he's a very strong roamer. So we could see like a vigil ban or something along those lines. It's always an option because, as we all know, Vigil is a very, very strong roamer. Yeah. So I don't think Exa will do it for the sheer fact that they aren't starting on defense. If they were starting on attack, I could see that maybe going, because like you said, with that nade spam and whatnot, trying to get a leg up in the early half. But starting on defense, I don't think they'll do that to themselves. I mean, you never know, because team strats are team strats, and if the strats work, then they work. As one of my favorite quotes is, "It's not a dumb strat if it works." It's one of my favorite quotes. So we're just waiting for the last member of EXO to ready up, and we'll get this started and actually see what these bans will be. Oh, I'm excited. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely excited. This is the redemption bracket, so a loss here does take them out of the Summer Cup. And so there should be very minimal mistakes from both sides because the pressure is definitely on for both teams. I definitely after season one ended, a lot of teams had a lot of roster changes and whatnot, and definitely it's one of those things where I think the cup is definitely more for testing out teams or feeling out teams and like a real competitive scene versus like getting ready for season two. So we might be seeing a little bit of that on because there was a few other teams that got round one that I didn't expect in general. I'm not gonna name any, but few of them. So let's see what the first ban from EXO will be. This is their attack ban. Remember, they are starting on defense, so something like a Nomad or something, or a Thermite might make sense here. And it is going to be a Jackal ban. They did ban Jackal last time, but Border to me is not as strong of a map for Jackal, so I didn't think they would ban again. But let's see what the attack ban from DBX is. Oh, wow. Blackbeard. So both teams did identical attack bans from their previous match, and I would like to see if the trend continues on defense, because it should be Vigil and I don't remember who DBX banned, to be honest. Oh god. Oh, Vigil. So Vigil is taken off the board. I am interested to see if any plant denial will be taken off the board. Smoke, Maestro, Echo, anything. Let's Echo it is. Alright. So one of the plant denials will be taken out. Echo, the most popular choice for bans. And let's see. Do you think they'll start in armory lockers like most teams, or do you think that they're gonna go somewhere a little bit unusual? and so we will be seeing armory lockers. For wall denial, we have both the mute and the bandit, but we also have a rook, legion, and Ella on the side of defense. On the side of the attack, we have IQ, Twitch, Buck, Thatcher, and Thermite. Now, IQ, Twitch, and Thatcher all in the same attacking lineup does seem a little odd. That's a lot of electronic destruction. I don't know if it's... So the IQ is definitely smart for Legion, but both the Twitch and the Thatcher seems a little excessive, but that's just me. Agreed, it's very interesting. Yeah. All set up. All set.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. Thank you. We now are trying to get everything fixed. All right, Spades. Just make sure you go to the. Make sure you go. You went to the party and hit the include audio check, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So hopefully.
So I guess we can bring back up that they're not running the mirror in that. So that definitely.
So yeah, so they're not running the Mira, which is interesting. Mira is not banned, which I definitely think is an interesting play. Or yeah, or Maestro. They're running no denial outside of the Legion, really. Yeah, do they have two C4s?
Bandit or Mute?
They do have two C4. Bandit and Mute are both running it. I'm curious to see where their attack is going to start from.
Even though they're both running C4s, they're not roaming underneath. So that
yeah, but it does seem like DBX is going to try to take downstairs, which is definitely kind of a smart play.
It's a
lot
quick
of droning happening. It is a quick clear, so they're not wasting too much time. Ella almost getting tagged through a wall. Definitely got droned out. Really good drone work from DBX.
I don't think CC hatches are opened up. Just can't. I can imagine.
Now she will rotate back to site. And we have a cheeky peek from the rook. Trying to catch someone off guard. I don't think anyone doesn't go that way though.
That was contested.
IQ is going to take control of east stairs. And we might see a conflict between the mute. Oh, if the mute just would pre-fire through that wall, he could catch Monkey and the IQ off guard. And the opening frag is the buck onto the bandit. I think that might have been on the wall. Thermite does get it open, and he does tag the rook with a lot of damage. Ella gets into a scuffle with the Buck, and she wins the fight. No, Buck wins that fight, but Buck is on very low. It's a trade. It's a trade from Monkey. Wilkso on Monkey. Sorry, IQ falls. Thatcher also falls. Twitch is Ella mined and is, but the plant goes down, and that's Thermite with the plant down. A successful plant. Rook is on very low HP and does pull off the peak at the wrong moment. But that is a solid kill. Kill from Mute. It is now all up to the Mute. 1v2. You can Mute find... No, he cannot. He cannot find the Thermite. He is on very low health. So is the Thermite. C4 goes out. C4 is good. That's Wolexo for the three of kills. Buck is on very low HP. One shot from either weapon of Mute will take him down. He might go for the disable. Buck is below. He saw him. And it will be a kill from DBX Ryuk. I don't know how to pronounce that.
The Buck.
To be real. The Buck.
Yeah.
Very strong play from DBX. That popped off within... Wow, that was a lot of frags in 10 seconds.
I think the big point of that is
Very
that they roam
exciting
cleared
round.
so quickly underneath. That Buck set up quickly. They set up they knew that where he was going to plan. They set up the Buck underneath for post plant. They had everything set up. They knew what to do. They were ready.
I agree with that, but Wolexo was allowed as the Mute to get behind and took out several of them, 3 of them, and got. Yeah. Then the Buck was so low, it was pretty much anyone's game at that point. So it is sort of interesting. They did bring a pulse this time, but it will be 6th to the Valkyrie. So we are going to go back to Armory Lockers.
You're still sticking to ACOG on Doc or Rook? think they're just opting
Yeah,
for the
this
more
time
health.
it is. Yeah, it is Doc, which is interesting because, especially when it comes to that mute, Thermite probably would have killed him if it wasn't for that Rook armor, because that mute was on very low HP.
Yeah, that's close. That's very true.
This time they are bringing the Jaeger, probably to deal with some of Buck's nades and whatever. I didn't see any get used, but they clearly feel the need to bring a Jaeger this time. And I am curious to see how the Valkyrie cameras interact with things. And they will not be bringing the ACOG on the MP5.
Interesting.
Which I know there's a few people out there who, in Collective, who run the Reflex on dock. I personally run the ACOG, but I know there's a few people out there.
Now, DBX is running the Gridlock, and EXO's not.
No, they're not.
Oh, they aren't?
They have a Buck, Twitch, Thatcher, Thermite, and IQ. The exact same lineup as before. Seemed to work for them, so why change it?
Sorry, Thatcher's that what I meant.
So, I'm curious to see. They have some holes open up in the floor this time, so they are expecting that first floor roam clear, and they do have the Jaeger down there this time instead of having no one downstairs. So that will make DBX's life a little bit harder on the take, but Buck is still inside Workshop very quickly, and the Jaeger got droned. This might be an easy kill for the Buck if Jaeger is not careful. He is just sitting in tellers, Buck being very patient, holding his angle. Let's see if anyone is droning for him. Thermite's drone is in tied tellers, but does it catch the Jaeger? Yes, it does. Yeah, good drone work from Crisis. Ran out, and that's an easy frag for the IQ of Monkey. Great drone work by DBX. DBX absolutely coming to play today. Taking out easy Falcam, taken out. They do have a bulletproof, I'm assuming from the dock. Yes, they do, which is a very smart play. With no Mira, it is always a smart idea. You might get a cheeky frag here. And what a beautiful headshot onto the Twitch of DBX Fat Cat. Amazing play so far for a Wolf. Just this game in general. Bandit wasting a lot of time of Thatcher and Thermite. How many batteries does Bandit have left? He does not have any left, so that is the wall completely exposed for Thermite. So all that Thermite has to do is just get his plant. Yeah, there he goes, and he's opening up the wall. And now with the Buck opening up the floor below, if EXO needs to get rid of this Buck, either shooting him through the floor or maybe having someone rotate downstairs, but I'm not quite sure how they would do it. But they do need to deal with this Buck somehow because the Buck did so much damage last time from below. Trying not to shoot his teammate. Valkyrie does indeed. And that's another kill for the Mute, but once again, Mute is low on HP, but they do have a Doc. If he can get back to site, then the Doc can heal him up. That is the Bandit down, and it looks like they are starting to think about planting. Thermite goes down for the plant. Good C4 from the Valkyrie, and a double kill for the Valkyrie. Thatcher didn't expect her to push up so fast. Buck gets one kill, 1v2, pulls out the pistol. Here's the C4. And Valkyrie will get the last kill of the round. Really good hold from EXO and a good adaptation. They used the C4 smartly this time. They knew that DBX was going to go for the plant, and then this time, instead of letting it get off, they got the C4 off to stop the plant. And it was a triple kill for Valkyrie.
Nice. Interesting that the Buck didn't go underneath and open up the floorboard right next besides the bomb or a sandwich. Both were optional to go underneath. But he was obviously maintained by something else.
Interesting point out. And there's the Nomad I was talking about being brought by Monkey, and Hibana will be brought this time instead of Thermite. Probably more because they're expecting a Vents hold, which is what is going to happen. But the Nomad will swap to Ying, which is an interesting choice, and Alibi is stuck. Oh, no, she is not. Never mind. All right, to the Maestro. You know, it looked like she was going to get stuck.
Yeah.
So, interesting roster changes on both sides for the round. Definitely has something to do with the site. They were definitely more prepared. They definitely have structured both of these around each individual site, which means that if I know EXO won the round anyway, but if EXO had changed, had, for example, gone to Vents the round before, DBX will not have had the right setup in play, only want to be able to get 2 hatches open. and not main wall in one hatch if they decide to hold armory. I'm curious to see if anyone is going to hold upstairs. It does look like they're going to have an upstairs presence. Very interesting site hold. And there's the scoreboard for anyone who wants to see. Monkey rocking that 9 ping.
Dude,
Yep,
they're going to be on... Seems
so
like
this main wall is reinforced.
On armory.
It very, and with only a Hibana at their disposal for at least this round, they're gonna have to expend a lot of resources to take upstairs, or they could hypothetically just ignore upstairs. But if you ignore upstairs, as long as EXO has the right holes open, they can deny any plant anywhere in that site. So I am curious to see what they do. Which bring in the hollow on the F2. Gonna go for an upstairs roam clear. It looks like onto the vents. Hibana also up top with Buck, so it definitely looks like they're going to try to take upstairs, which they're going to be met by a Bandit and a Legion. Now Legion up here in this position with his goo mines is going to be a real threat for DBX. But they do have the pinch set up. They do have the drones. They have the pinch set up. This could be something interesting with the sneaky play. And the Twitch misses the shot. Great shot by Legion. Absolutely phenomenal play. Legion sees the Buck. Misses the shot, but Buck pushes up. C4 hurting. And Bandit takes the kill onto Buck, but he's being pushed from behind. Bandit very low on HP and is trying to drop. Does get the drop off. Only one loss, but only one loss technically for the defenders, but 3 losses for the attackers. But the top floor control is in the hands of the attacker, but at what cost? I don't think that was worth.
They do have a lot of time.
See, it's all. They do have a lot of time on their hand. You are correct about that, and they did bring breaching charges on Hibana for that vertical play, so they do still have some vertical pressure. But not as much as they would if the Buck was still alive.
And then there was light.
Great shot by DBX Monkey, but he doesn't see the person behind the desk, but it doesn't seem that he's ready to push yet. I think he might have heard the smoke. He absolutely did hear the smoke, but he did not know about the person inside the customs. And that is an easy kill onto the smoke. Monkey's on a triple kill. That's a quad for Monkey, but he is getting shot in the back. Camera is on Monkey. And what a play by DBX! Crisis getting the last kill. That's a 4-piece for Monkey. Absolutely phenomenal round by Ying. Using her candelas in such a great way. The Maestro falls to the Hibana. Really, really good round.
That round was heavily on the backs of Monkey and his Ying plays, but Hibana also supporting him in any way she could.
Hibana did provide the vertical pressure and opening those hatches, as well as the floor just in general with her breaching charges, and providing support onto that last kill with the Maestro. Just overall, really good teamwork, and you could tell the communication in that moment was on point, which we all know in Siege is the most important part.
Yeah, she pushed out all the anchors, especially the smoke, pushing them out into the hallway. Even though the smoke did have backup in customs, the Monkey had no problem taking out both of them.
Oh, absolutely. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. I'm sure that was a great morale boost to DBX and a little bit disheartening for EXO, but they did have a good hold overall. They did have a great upstairs hold. Yes, Monkey and Crisis were able to get that round, but it should not be too much of a hit to their momentum from EXO, because EXO did have control of most of that round last round, and I think if I'm EXO, I'm sitting there saying like, look, they played really well, and we played, we made a few mistakes, so let's look at what we made mistakes and like just try to fix them and not let them happen again, because they had an amazing top floor hold, able to take out 3 of them, and this time they're bringing a Valkyrie for some extra intel upstairs, it appears. Well as the mute is upstairs for some intel denial, it looks like to me it's gonna be a 2-3 split with 2 on top and 3 on bottom. Bandit's gonna prep this window yet again, like Twitch was able to abuse that last time. The fact that the defenders prepped it and was able to just sneak in, not completely silent, but definitely more silent.
She did get shut down by the Legion fairly quickly, but it was a good read by him. Individual play. Point.
Absolutely. Oh, let's see if anyone's watching the angle, because I know they opened it. Let's see if anyone's watching. No, they were not watching it. Zofia is allowed to get onto ventilation safely. They are now able to get some drones in, probably with the help of the Thatcher. The mutes were gone. Mute is holding upstairs. Valkyrie with a late reinforcement downstairs. And how many does that lead upstairs? A great C4 play by the Bandit. And the Legion is also upstairs. But that is no more C4 for Plant now. IQ is in sight, inside Armory. Gets the kill onto the Legion. Great play. Maestro also taking some damage. He now has to contend with the Bandit upstairs as the Maestro is getting shot. I'm not really sure where Maestro is getting shot from, to be honest with you. Bandit's going to fall off Armory. That is Armory control firmly in the hands of DBX. But the question is, do they have the drones and the utility to make use of it? Bandit will take out the Buck. That is the vertical pressure gone, and Bandit rotates back upstairs to try to poke holes in this attack right now. It's a 3v4 and 4v3 in the hands of EXO, but that is quickly changed by IQ with an easy frag and another frag by Thatcher on the rotate. Now it just leaves Bandit and the Maestro. Bandit's still off site. Maestro with his 81 round mag being left alone on site. He does have the bullets full. He does have the bullets to hold this site, but only at half health does he have the health and HP to do it. He is the 3 armor, so he can take a few bullets. But Bandit gets his 3rd kill of the round. And now he is back downstairs and giving some assistance to the Maestro, but he's rotating back upstairs. Maestro takes a few more shots. Habana is in sight, but hasn't started plant yet. She's getting rid of the barbed wire, it looks like. She's considering whether or not to plant. The plant does go down. Maestro hopping on the camera. Can he stop? Does he have time to stop this? I don't know if he does. He does not, but he was missing the Habana. The Habana is barely down to 30, 40 health. Great plant. IQ's upstairs watching the jump out. Bandit goes a different way, though. Gets back in. Maestro to cover. Maestro with the flick onto the Bandit. Oh no, the unfortunate TK. Probably just a panic and lapse of communication. And that will be a quick kill from the IQ upstairs through the floor. How unfortunate. That is truly
hate to see it.
An act. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. You don't know someone's there. You hear someone jump into the window. You flick. You shoot. You don't move. You don't question it. React. It's totally reactionary. Happens to the best of us, but it is unfortunate to see. We will go back to Armory. I do believe she did. I do believe you are correct with that. IQ with the 3K.
They're using her more as an entry operator instead of a slower pace, but it's working out for them. That's what really matters.
And DBX bringing a Capitao for the top floor, which I think is a phenomenal pick, as well as a sledge this time in the hands of Monkey, which is not an operator we have seen yet, but the IQ is picked off of for the Buck, which I do think is smart, because they have been using, whereas Buck has gotten picked off almost every time for vents, they were using him very well from below Armory upwards, which is definitely the thing you see less play of on this map. Usually you see more from Armory lockers downward into vents, but hey, Buck is still doing his job.
Like the same,
once again, not bringing the A-buff. Well, no, they have the cap can this time, which I'm very interested in. I am extremely interested.
Device deployed.
Curious to see if his traps will.
Even though they usually
it's definitely
underneath quickly. And then push your armory.
And they've been I think they've pushed armory every single time so far, which says to me they're either expecting an adaptation from DBX or they're expecting either an adaptation from DBX or they're just trying to cover their rear, having that there so that they can focus on the armory side themselves, like with the actual operators themselves.
Agreed.
Capitao sounds like he's with his LMG. Yes, it is. we will see Thermite does indeed drone out east stairs and does see, I think that's the, no, that was the Mute there, one of the SAS operators. Mute, I don't think knows he's droned out, but he does rotate down anyway. He knows he's droned out now. Shoots the drone. But he does get tagged a little bit, and that is very low. Wool has done a lot for his team so far.
It's being pinched
Especially with
from
his
multiple
Mute.
angles.
Very good pinch on DBX. Finally gets rid of the drone. Stop that flood of intel. But he does get shot by the Capital MG. But there is a trade from Valkyrie onto the Buck, who has been doing so much work on this site for DBX overall. Good pick by Valkyrie.
At least in that Mute, they didn't lose that too much map control. They only lost East Stairs control, but the Valkyrie still holds offices and Fountain.
Very good point, and that is one grenade from the sledge down. Gets absolutely nothing for it. Valkyrie does get rid of the drone and is gonna. It looks like rotate back into sight. I think that is a smart play. She's wasted a half the round. Just give up office control at this point, and it does look like they are going to do an office this time around. So they're going to. So those Capkin traps are going to be very useful. Capital bolt trying to take out that fountain play, but no one is in fountains. I'm curious to see if just DBX has run out of drones and doesn't know where they are. We do see one attacker rotating up to CC, but the Capkin was prepared for it. Monkey almost taking out the head off of Capkin, but Capkin does get away with his life. When one gas canister will go out from smoke, Doc is D4 from the Valkyrie will get nothing. Perfect grenade from Monkey. And Monkey getting traded out though immediately by the smoke. Smoke still at full health, but that is the Capital taking out the Doc. Plant going down by Crisis. DBX getting a plant off successfully. Smoke rotates using the impact nade. No one is on the diffuser at the moment, but he does misses the smoke does miss the thermite. Capcan now pushing into sight. Doesn't see the Capital, but sees him now. Capital does win that gunfight. That is 3 kills for Capital, and Smoke is the last remaining. He has 2 attackers on very low health, so that does work in his favor. But still, one on Valve 1. Yeah, I don't know. So many angles to fight. He does down the Capital, but will be taken out from behind by Pride as the Thatcher.
They play that post plan very well. Another good round by DBX.
Great round by DBX. I don't think they can hear you. Try saying something.
They should.
I don't really know what's going on.
In
the party, like if you go to the party, like the little check mark up above it's a
include my audio. Should all be good.
All right, they can hear him. All right, we're good. We're good. People are saying they can hear you.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
That's all good.
DBX will be bringing that Capital again. So this is the last round before the half. DBX has already won 4 attack, which puts them in the advantage going into the next round. At this point, they're just trying to extend their advantage to make it so they only have to win 2 rounds of defense.
What's interesting is that because there's no mirror in Maestro Deck, I would say it sort of leans towards the offense.
I would, especially with the office, I agree with you. Mira on offense, office is very strong. So from that perspective, I agree with you. I think it is interesting, but I think it's an interesting choice to the fact that they're not bringing the Mira. I think it is definitely an interesting choice. Maybe they just don't have a Mira, like a solid Mira player on the roster or something like that. Who knows? Could be anything.
Exactly.
They are individually playing very, very well. It's just kind of clinching those rounds that that EXO seems to be struggling with lately.
Dog's gonna have the egg.
Oh, is he? I didn't even notice that. Maestro is also bringing the ACOG.
Jammer activated.
No.
Third time on armory?
Yeah, this is their. So, this is I think no, this is their 4th round on armor because they lost it once, then they won, then they couldn't play there for 2 rounds, and they lost it last round, and this is their 4th time playing it. I think it is definitely an interesting choice. It is the only site they've won so far, so from that perspective, it makes sense that they play it. But at the same time, at some point, you gotta just move on and get a different round going. Mute is immediately down within the first minute. That is their roamer out. And that is Wool, who has been doing so much work for their team, especially on this site. Mute, at least his gadget will be, stay around and hopefully stop some intel. But that is the player, and a great gun lost.
And the nitro cell obviously too. A lot of plant denial.
Yeah, the nitro cell as well.
DBX is going for those consistent plants and they're getting them off. Good angle by the dog. Interesting that once
Actually,
they
I think
lost
it might be
their
I think it's actually the 5th time we played Heartbreak. No, actually, 4 times actually. I think it has to be.
Yeah. Well, once they lost the meat, they sort of backed up into sight. I don't think they've sort of got it like cuddled up. They're not trying to obtain any map control. They're just losing it, letting DBX take it very quickly too.
Yeah, I agree. They are letting them just take it. And no mute on that. So the Valkyrie is very aggressive. The Valkyrie will win that fight against the Capitao. That is a lot of utility gone and a great pick for EXO, and I think it was one that they needed. That Capitao did so much work last round, and that is a quick pick from the Doc on to the IQ, who throughout all the rounds has been doing great work, and he will cut into a combat with the sledge. He does do a little damage to the wall, and Doc is out unscathed. So that is a win. That is a win for, even a small win, but it is still a win for EXO. This round does appear to be shaping up in EXO's favor, but DBX is not done fighting back, and that is 1 kill for Pride. The Thatcher on main wall, onto the Legion, which is a great pick for him. Thermite going in for the plant, does not see the Doc. Doc gets the kill onto Pride. That is Crisis does return fire with 1, so he has to plant. And DBX gets the last 2nd round win, both Crisis and Monkey getting the frags they needed. Really good play by DBX, clutched at the last few seconds.
DBX really flourished in the chaos after all that down, because one of them was Archives, and then there's 2 people pushing Armory Wall. They definitely spread out, and they sort of just squished in together, and just don't think EXO was prepared for like so much crossfires.
I don't either. DBX totally taking what we were saying to heart, and they bring both a Pulse and a Mira. Lots of C4 on the side of DBX. We have 4 Nitro Cells and only 1 set of barbed wire, which is definitely interesting. And I was going to say, we don't see any hard breachers from EXO, but the Lion will 6 to the Thermite. An interesting choice. They are bringing a Ying, but they do have a Jaeger, so that will help. DBX does have a Jaeger, so that will help.
I would have opted even to keep the Lion and have another player like the Ash go for the Thermite. There's a lot of solo utility.
Because yeah, especially with Wool on the Buck, that's a lot of like at least on this site, a lot of what Ash does, Buck can also do, and Buck can do more of it. So I agree with you. I think I would have given up the Ash for the Thermite, not the Lion. But hey, maybe they have something up their sleeves and something specific planned. Fat Cat playing on the Pulse will play below. Does get one of the drones of EXO. It's always whenever you can take out a drone in prep phase, it's always a good thing. Prepping an interesting window. Both teams bringing Mute, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, definitely blocking out most of the drone play. Knocking off the intel.
Very sick. And Miro going on the main wall. Now this is something that I've seen not every team do, but a few teams do, and I think it's an interesting play, definitely. And This
he
Mira
needs a
actually
fountain.
kind of confused me because the wall perpendicular to it is unreinforced. Correct. Yeah, that wall is unreinforced, which just allows EXO, if they're paying attention, to just shoot the person playing it or even just open it through that wall. Definitely an interesting play, to say the least.
I think Extra's
And an early pick onto the buck, and a run out. 2 quick kills for Fat Cat, but he does get traded. And the Mira does also go down by running outside, but it was a trade, so it comes out for a 4v2 in the end. Yes, Mira is one shot, but in the end it is a 4v2 in favor of DBX. DBX within a very aggressive opening round on defense. Fat Cat running out and getting 2. Mira running out and getting 1 down while trading herself down. But Mira did get picked up, which gives her 20 HP, but as she is still alive. And with a very strong Mira in her possession and not really any way on the side of EXO to get rid of it. They're gonna have to rotate, and they're gonna have to rotate off this side, but they seem to be trying to force it.
Yeah, a minute and a half has gone by. They lost 3 members and they don't have too much map control. However, they still have the hard breach. It's gonna be huge.
Ooh, C4 almost gets Ash. That was Valkyrie's C4, but she will be rotating back up. Jaeger holding an interesting play. Still holding
Swapping maps!
this ball. Valkyrie is spotted by Ash, taken out, but not sure how much that will help.
I think they're uncertain on which direction they're gonna push. I don't think they can really hard breach armor wall.
No, with the Mira there, they shouldn't. If DBX is playing smart, they won't allow it. Mute preparing a C4. Does miss, but does take out Monkey, taking out the Thermite, leaving Ash in a 4v1. He does see the soft wall. Monkey gets finally taken out. Get one on top of the shelf. Does ADS take out the flashbang? Ash is in sight, but doesn't know where anyone is. Doesn't even take out the Jaeger. Well, that is 6-1 in favor of DBX. Phenomenal play by them. What an aggressive opening round by DBX.
Yeah.
And I think that if EXO is going to look at this, they should bring a Nomad. I think that when you see a round like that, your immediate thought should be, gee, if they're going to be this aggressive, let's punish them for it and bring a Nomad. Bring a Lion. Bring a Gridlock. Bring all of these things that allow you to punish an aggressive play, but it does seem like EXO is going to go the opposite. They're bringing the Finka, and with no hard breacher in sight and no Thatcher, it looks like they're going to go for a rush, actually. A lot of these operators do have ways to quickly get into the site. Buck and Sledge can break through soft walls, and instead they're bringing the Lion. Alright, I was going to say, this setup does appear to sort of be a rush, which I thought would definitely have been an interesting choice for a match point.
Bringing the hard breach is definitely going to cut them down on their options of how to push the site.
It is vents, though, if I remember correctly. It is ventilation, so it is...
Well, it depends, I guess, if the defense reverses the hatch.
Customs.
Oh, no. Okay. Offside. There are 6 so they can definitely play around.
I'm about to say, they are up 6-1 and maybe picking the offense. DBX Crisis with the M870 Bandit play. I respect you, good sir.
Definitely bring in some firepower.
I mean, any other interesting weapon choices? No? No one? Alright. Jazz the Bandit. Okay. But, wow. Don't see that very often. I mean, a very powerful shotgun, and especially in the right hand, but definitely a less picked weapon over the MP7. The MP7 is a monster of an SMG.
Agreed.
Ella gonna be holding Workshop. Maestro still having one evil eye at his disposal.
Does DBX have any vertical roamers? Ella's roaming towards Workshop, but I don't know if they have any
It
top
does not
roamers.
appear they do, which, yeah, usually if you have a top roamer, you open at least one of these hatches. usually more this one than this one, but some people do open this one. But so with both of these being reinforced, it does appear that they are not planning to have any vertical roamers even at any point in the round. But as I say that, Valkyrie is an officer. So alright, DBX, just call me a liar. Valkyrie does get droned off, and if EXO is able to capitalize on this, what the Jaeger is now rotated in for support. He now has CC control, and they don't know it. Sophia is droning, and there's the Valkyrie. There's that capitalizing I was talking about. But Jaeger is still upstairs in CC, and they don't know he's there. Lion almost gets picked off, but he does rotate off. Buck getting it to get picked off by DBX. Monkey's Jaeger. Monkey is going to absolutely rotate downstairs, down east stairs. He does see one in passport. Does take him out with well HP. Monkey, what a shot! And that is diffuser down. That is the Buck and the Sledge both down. That is most of their stock destruction. That's a third kill onto the IQ for Monkey. Monkey gonna run out top of east stairs. No one is there, but that is a very aggressive play by Monkey. Monkey is refusing to give up top floor control, even with the 1 HP that he has. Lion still has all 3 EE1Ds and is not doing anything to stop this. And his back, he is watching. Monkey is playing with fire right now. If he peeks out, even tries to rotate downstairs without vaulting the stairs, if he tries to just run down them, he will be caught out. Sophia, though, EE1D finally going out, but they are now rotating down metal stairs, and Monkey is forgotten, but he is still east stairs. There's a hard wall there. Sophia trying to get a wall bang, and it was very good pre-fire, but sadly the wall was hard. Lion finally repicking up diffuser. Monkey has full control of top floor, trying to take out the person playing metal, but Sophia has she has not rotated off. Monkey might be able to get a 4th kill, and that is a 4th for Monkey. Monkey is 1 off of the ace, but it will be the Ella who takes out Lion for the last kill of the round. DBX take the match 7-1. Phenomenal final round by Monkey, dropping 12. Absolutely 4K by Monkey. It's the second 4K of the game. Monkey doing work for his team.
Yeah, DBX had a ton of coordination throughout the entire matchup, but the solo play from Monkey and just his teammates have been on point, really showing up.
It wasn't really on any one person's back. They all sort of had their time to shine. Yeah, Monkey had 2 4Ks, but with only 12 kills, that means out of all 8 of the other rounds, he only got 4 kills. So that's what I mean. So with 2 4Ks, don't get me wrong, that's impressive and unbelievable, but it wasn't on any one person's back. They all did their work.
Yeah.
So
definitely good.
Let's get Monkey in here and talk to him and see what's going on for the interview. Always the fun part. How you doing, Monkey? Make sure to include your audio.
Yeah, man, I got it.
How you doing? How you doing, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing the best I can.
So, phenomenal game, my friend. 2 different 4Ks. Want to talk about that?
As soon as I went in there, man, I was just like, hey, I'm telling my team, it was like, yo, guys, I'm just gonna go in here, man. I'm just gonna do me. I'm gonna go off. I've just been holding off on myself. I feel like I have just not been, just elevating my talent out there, and I'm just gonna be doing that this game, and that's what I felt like I was gonna do. So once I got the Jaeger, I was like, yep, I feel so comfortable doing this, and I just continued doing it.
I better say, I know how comfortable you are on Jaeger.
Yeah.
I know how comfortable you are on Jaeger.
So,
and the Ying play, I didn't know you had such a nasty Ying. I didn't know you had such a nasty Ying.
Yeah, no, usually I play the Ying. It's usually my secret operator, bring her out, usually when I do not see no Jaeger being brought into play. So once I saw no Jaeger, I was like, hey, I'm just test it out, and it worked in our favor. And I was pretty happy to it actually worked that way.
Absolutely, and just all game, you could tell the communication and the comms were clear. They were clear. They were precise. Just you could see absolutely. You want to take us through some of those a little bit tighter situations, because there were a lot of what appeared to be chaotic rounds, but every time that the chaos ensued, DBX always seemed to just come out on top. So I'm assuming it was controlled chaos. So you want to talk about your kind of comms going on in a little bit of those tense situations?
Yeah, so for the first round, I let my team do their thing, and they were working on the comms. I was just like, just calling out. I didn't want to lead the teams yet. Once I saw the comms just all over the place, I just jumped in and I was like, hey, I just want you here. I want you doing this. I want you doing that. And my team was just following it, and they executed it pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm pretty happy that they did do that. So, but yeah.
So I also have another question. Why ban the Blackbeard? It's just when you banned it last week on Consulate, it's like, okay, Consulate, Blackbeard, that makes sense, right? But Border is not one of those more usual ones where you look at it and you say, hey, let's ban a Blackbeard.
The reason for the Blackbeard is no, it's totally a great question. The reason for the Blackbeard is just because, just as a team, we just don't like being peaked. Let's say a math hole happens and a Blackbeard's peeking it, we're automatically gonna die. It's an automatic kill. So we try to just ban that from happening. Sandwich window, archives window, pretty much any window you put this guy on, he's just gonna be just too strong. So we just wanted to get that out of the way, not to worry, especially with the vigil. You know what I mean? In this small map, it's just as soon as he turns invisible, it could be upstairs, downstairs. You never know. So that's why we got both of those bans out the way.
Just interesting, because like I said, so what did you think of EXO as just overall play? They only got one round on you guys, but they did put you guys into some pretty interesting situations, we'll put it that way.
Yes.
2v5 at one point.
Yeah.
That Ying.
Yeah, it was. Luckily, they did close out my team pretty well, and then again, kudos to them. And we came in, we were watching their VODs, and we made sure we watched them and how they play. And again, we watched how they play, but they're very surprising. That's how EXO is, man. All season long, that's how they've been. So I definitely agree with that. Once me and Crisis, who was playing Habana, we were just the last people alive. We were like, yo, we do this all the time. We got this. Let's just calm down. Let's breathe in, relax, and that's what we did. And luckily we did clutch up the round twice when we were left off. Facing off that round.
Absolutely. Hey, Spades, do you have any questions for Monkey? From what you saw?
What was the thought process behind planting so much? You guys often obtain sight and just immediately plant it because you guys not.
Yeah.
But what is
That's actually pretty good that you. It's pretty good that you actually noticed that, just because of the fact that I have been getting in the past just been getting mad at the team because they just go on in there and just try to frag out as much as they can. And it's like, hey guys, we're not supposed to be fragging out like that. Just try to go for the plant. Let's just get two other people just trying to frag out, and that's exactly what we did. You know what I mean? We tried to get the plant down as much as we can. It worked out from time to time. It didn't work out because of the lovely C4s these guys were playing. So I was really good on their part. But
a lot of good C4s.
Yeah, really a lot of them, and I loved it. But yeah, that's how it was. We just try to get the plant down as much as we can.
Another question I have for you. One round you ran both the sledge and bug, even though the bug was working out pretty well for you guys. Why did you offer the sledge too?
Yeah, so with that sledge, I even called myself out on that. I actually brought the buck myself just one round, and the potato was just happening for me. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be controlling his aim right now, so I'm just going to be sitting off of the buck. I usually play the buck, so I made my other teammate play him for that reason, so shout out to him on that one. But yeah, I was very comfortable pushing it to sight. I don't know if you guys did see it. I was being very aggressive, so I'm really, really aggressive when I play the sledge. So that's why I wanted to
talk about aggressive. What was that first defense round? 2 different runouts? Like, come on. What was that opening defense?
Yeah, that opening defense, it was that's just how we roll. We just try to catch the team off guard, and that's how we worked it out. As well as you did see me playing the Valkyrie, try to catch the team off guard, and they were not having it, man. These guys were just holding angles and just getting in. We couldn't stop them, so the runouts were necessary.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know the drill. Last 30 seconds. Shout out anything you want.
Thanks, man. So definitely shout out to you guys, of course, for casting this lovely game, man. I really hoped that you guys did it, so thank you guys for doing that. Shout out to the collective as well, man. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching and supporting us throughout this journey of how we're growing and stuff, guys. So thank you for that. As well for my team pushing in, man, doing the hard work and just grinding out, man. Like, we're just non-stop practice every day. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for that. Shout out also, guys, DBX eSports, guys, Instagram, man. We're doing that. We're on it. We're just open it up. We're trying to get up there, trying to get noticed. So please, guys, if you haven't already, it's literally, we have our manager girl just on that, man, on that. Just, it's Pinky, just on that, and I'm just so happy that she's supporting us and just on the way. So definitely shout out to those people that I just mentioned. And of course, XO, thank you guys for an amazing matchup.
All right, well, GG's to you and the team. You will be moving on in the redemption bracket. Glad to see you guys didn't take last week's loss too hard and came back strong.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And thank you everyone else for coming in and watching the stream. We appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow, right? Is the next game, Monkey?
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. All right. We will see everyone else later.